award severally. Even
I
today,
see.
an
Okay.
award came in.
So,
Today.
this week, though, there's a report about a 15-year-old boy, Fayehun Owonifari, who drowned at Oniyari River. So, the boy was actually in the water around 10 in the morning, and they called the firefighters in Lagos, because this happened in Lagos, but they said they did not, that you guys were not able to make it. And so it was NEMA people, the National Emergency Agency people, that went there around 4:30 p.m. They couldn't find the boy. They only found his dead body the next day. So how do you defend people who say that you didn't show up to help rescue 15-year-old Fayehun Owonifari?
The boy that got drowned in the river, when the call came in, I have a fire station at Ikorodu and Alausa here. So the two fire trucks, both from Ikorodu and Alausa, went to the scene, responded. And when we got there, we discovered we couldn't locate the boy. The ocean surge have already swept him away from where he fell into the river. So we were there, we couldn't locate where he was, not until the following day when we now discover that discovered the corpse.
I see.
So it's not as if that we are not there on time.
I see. If I can just be clear, what time did you guys get there?
It was that was 15 minutes, because that axis, Ikorodu axis, is a terrible area for traffic, and you have to consider this when you are responding to emergency. You know, I told you sometimes it depends on the how far is the seat of the emergency and the traffic as well.
All right.
But the Ikorodu area is notorious for traffic.
I see. Okay, so I was on your website and I was reading a lot of things that you said are your missions, your objectives, the things that you try to do every day. And one of the things that you wrote down is to enlighten the public and also to prevent fire. And I'm just wondering how exactly you're preventing fire outbreaks in Lagos.
We've been doing this very fine. We have the issue of fire prevention, we take it very seriously, because we know quite well that the fire that is best fought is one that you didn't even attend at all. So as a result, we have a whole department, which is fire prevention department, that is responsible for sensitizing the public. Every day they go out, they visit schools, industries, commercial and public establishments, to tell them actions to take, what to do to prevent fire. So this we've been doing every day. We go to markets as well, because we know that the contribution of markets to our economy, that is very tangible. So as a result, we go to markets as well. All commercial and establishments, this we've been doing every day, because we have a special section for that.
I see.
That does that work.
I know that not long ago that Governor Fashola commissioned like 16 newly acquired firefighting vehicles. So can you just tell us exactly what you have and what you don't have in terms of responding to emergencies? Do you have everything that you need?
Yes, I will tell you, we cannot have everything that we need. But what we have now is something that we can really rely on. Because if you are talking about fire service, you are talking about equipment. A fire service that does not have equipment is more or less moribund. So the commission, like you have earlier said, 16 fire trucks, fire water tankers, and each of these tankers carries 10,000 liters of water. And anytime there's a fire outbreak, the practice all over the world is if there's a fire outbreak, the first vehicle will go, the second one follows it. But we don't wait for that, for them to get to the scene to call for assistance message before we turn out. Yes, so we have enough.
So far, though, Mr. Fadipe, you've really painted a picture that the fire department of Lagos is very, very effective. You said you get there in like 5 to 10 minutes. You said you have the necessary equipment, and that you also give lessons about how to prevent fire and so on and so forth. But how come last year a market burned down completely, and also one at the beginning of this year? What happened? Why were you not able to prevent those markets from burning down completely?
Yeah, thank you. This issue that you mentioned now is a very crucial one, and that was 26th of December 2012, there was a fire there, and which we termed as thunder fire, because many of the houses on the island were stockpiled with what do they call it? Explosives in form of banger that they normally use in celebrating Christmas. So many of the buildings there were stockpiled with all these things that I've mentioned. So that fire there, when we got there, the explosives, by the time they exploded, they were carrying hot gases and naked lights into some other buildings that were stockpiled with similar products. So when we got there, about 10 of the buildings were already on fire. But
you said you get there in like 10 minutes. How come about 10, 15 buildings were already on fire before you got there?
No, it's not an ordinary fire. That's what I'm telling you now. Because the building contains explosives. So they stockpiled them there. So when it started, according to eyewitness, when it started from the building one, immediately there was an explosion. Then it continued to fire into some other buildings where all these explosives were stored as well. So all the buildings went on flame. And when we got there, the problem we had initially was to quickly move to the site of the incident. There were a lot of crowd around that place, and we were unable to quickly move in. So that was the challenge we had. But I dispatched the necessary fire equipment there, because aside the fire trucks that we earlier discussed, we have 2 area ladders, and one is on the island, another one is at headquarters at Alausa. So the 2 area ladders were there as well, and they fought the fire from the top floor. So I have the equipment that are needed at that scene.
I see. This is just a simple question. Do you always have enough water?
While we are discussing, I told you that each of my vehicles
has like 10,000 liters. I know, but do you always have enough water?
You should understand that if a vehicle carries 10,000 liters of water, it's already a hydrant, and I have 16. So there's no way I can go to a scene of emergency and be short of water. There's no way I can go to a scene of emergency and be found wanting that I don't carry water. Because if there's any emergency, I quickly turn as many as will be needed at that scene, vehicles to the place. So immediately the first vehicle is exhausting its water, another one is waiting by to replenish it. And if that one replenishes it, it goes back to go and get water. All my fire stations.
The reason I asked that question, Mr. Fadipe, is that last year when there was fire at Luth Hospital, this is a major hospital that got that had fire outbreak last year. The report that got to us was that when the firefighters got there, they didn't have enough water.
You see, we've been telling our people that they need to change their attitude, they need to change their orientation. If you have a fire service that is vibrant now, if you have a fire service that is very responsive, of which the governor himself has commended, of which the public has commended, of which we have won award 3 times in the past, and an award is just coming in today, just today, that we won another one this morning. So if you have a fire service that is very responsive, I think it's important for the public as well to change their orientation so that they don't live in the past. They don't have to be stereotyped that whenever you call the fire service, they don't have water. If you are talking about fire service that doesn't have water, it's not in Lagos State.
I see.
I have 13 fire stations, and of these 13 fire stations, 10 of the fire stations have borehole, industrial borehole. So anytime there's a fire emergency, I have stations where I can quickly turn to and get water.
I see.
From there.
And I'm also wondering, your manpower, are they always on standby, or do they start calling them whenever there is fire that, you guys, there's fire, so come to work, or they are always on standby every day, 24 hours a day?
If you come to the fire stations in Lagos State, we don't have gates. So we don't lock ourselves in. We are always on standby anytime there's an emergency, and we work 24 hours, round the clock.
I see.
So anytime there's an emergency, we're always there for you.
Okay. So I'm just wondering how the people of Lagos can help the fire department in their state. Is there anything that you wish that the people of Lagos will do to help you to maximize your productivity?
Yeah, thank you. This is a very crucial thing, and I appreciate what you have just said now. Anytime there's an emergency and we turn out to such emergency, if it's an emergency, it will happen within the community. And by the time you get there, you meet a lot of crowd there. So this crowd, they normally disturb us in getting to the seat of the fire, in quickly getting to the site where we're supposed to walk. So anytime we get to the scene, please let them just stay back. It is important for them to, if they want to assist us, if we need their assistance, we'll call them. But if we don't need their assistance, let them give us the chance, the opportunity to ensure that we quickly put out the fire. This is very important. And secondly, the Lagos State government, because of the passion of His Excellency, Mr. Baduri Shola, for safety of life and property of the citizenry, he established an emergency toll-free line. Now, if there's an emergency in the state, you don't have to bother yourself. You have just simple number, 3 digits, 767 or 112. Any emergency at all. This has helped a lot. This is a very good dividend of democracy, which the people in Lagos State is enjoying. When this number was established, we discovered that the number of fire breaks that we've been receiving have been more than what we've been having in the past. And why? It's because in the past, people doesn't know the number to call. In the past, people might not want to even assist you in calling the emergency responder if there's a fire break. They might not want to spend your money. They spend their money rather. But this time around, either you have money on your phone or not, it's a toll-free line, a very simple number to memorize.
Right,
so it's
so
767.
I just want to repeat the number. 767, or they should dial 112, right?
112.
All right.
For any emergency in the state, in Lagos State.
We're running up gradually, but I'm just wondering if there's anything that could be done to improve the fire rescue service, apart from people cooperating and getting off the road. Is there anything else that could be done to ensure your efficiency in what you do?
Yes, this is being addressed by the state government. Very soon, next month in May, we'll be taking delivery of the first batch of 32 numbers of firefighting trucks that will be coming in from US. I went there last month to go and inspect this vehicle, pre-shipment inspection. I saw the vehicles and they are ready to be shipped to Lagos State next month, May. So 30 fire trucks and another 2 area ladders, they are coming from US to Lagos State. So Lagos State don't joke with whatever concerns lives and property of the citizenry.
That's a good news. I'm just curious, are those fire trucks new, the one coming from the US? Are they brand new?
I went to the factory. I saw it myself. I know.
I'm just wondering if they're brand new. Are they brand new? Like
that's what I'm telling you. They are brand new because I saw it. I went to the factory.
Okay, so
they are brand new vehicles.
They're brand. It wasn't as if they've used them here and they are getting them. So these are brand new.
Lagos State doesn't do that.
Okay,
even
that's
the 15 that you said you commissioned, they were built in Nigeria here.
Okay.
Yes, they were brand new.
That's very good. That's very good if they're brand new. But I'm just curious that Mr. Jeremy, I just said not long ago, he was asking the governor to approve the consolidated paramilitary salary structure for the firefighters. Has this been implemented, or do you guys have any issues in terms of salaries?
It's receiving attention because the governor himself has acknowledged that the fire service is working. Okay. So it's receiving attention.
So they're working on getting you better pay, right? And I hope the government is not owing the firefighters any salaries, are they?
No. The government is not owing us.
All right, so that means that the firefighters will be well paid very soon, according to what you're saying. And we should expect, because we know they will be well paid very soon, we should expect more efficiency, right? Is that what you're telling us?
This issue is, okay, if you say to expect more efficiency, but we are very efficient. Now,
well, according to everything that you said you've been very efficient. But I'm just saying that knowing that the government will take even better care of you, I know that also probably encourages you to, I mean, it's just normal when you get paid more, it encourages you to perform even better. So I'm saying that Nigerians can expect even better from you.
Better.
Okay, okay.
Better.
All right.
Presently, it's not as if we are poorly paid presently. But there is still rooms and more rooms for the salary to be enhanced. So that is just it.
All right, so Mr. Fadipe, thank you for your time today. You've made it clear to us that you always get there in like 5 to 10 minutes and that people lie when they say that it takes you hours to get there. And
you just left for them to change their orientation.
Okay, that people need to change.
Lagos is very responsive now. Yes.
See that people
change their attitude.
The problem is not with the problem is not with the fire department. The problem is with the people. They need to change their orientation.
Perception. Yes, to change their orientation.
All right. So I'm sure that we will come back.
We have state-of-the-art equipment. We have a thermal image camera. That if there is a fire and somebody is trapped in a smoke log room, we have a thermal image camera that we can use to detect the victim that is trapped. So we have this. We have breathing apparatus. We have rescue equipment. If there's an emergency that involves life, if there's an accident that involves life, we have the rescue equipment that we can take to the place. Spreader, all those things.
By the way, before I let you go, because I'm rounding up, did you ever see this video made by Deji Badmus when he was at Channels TV about the fire department of Lagos?
When was that?
I think he made this video in 2010, I think. All right.
I'm not really sure. I may not.
Okay, you probably have not seen the video. Okay, actually you will, because we're about to play it. We're going to end on that note. This was a reporter that was with Channels TV at the time that went to the Lagos State Fire Department just for us to see what's actually going on there. But Mr. Fadipe, I mean, the Federal Fire Service, but it was at Lagos. It went to the Federal Fire Service, but this was at Lagos. Okay, so the Federal Fire, there's a difference between the Lagos State Fire Service and the Federal,
Fire Service.
Okay, so Mr. Fadipe, we're going to end with the video that he made from visiting the Federal Fire Service in Lagos. But before we do, I wanted to thank you for your time, for coming on Sahara TV today.
Thank you so much.
All right, so viewers, that has been Mr. Fadipe talking to us about the Lagos State Fire Department and some of the challenges. And on that note, I like to end with this video of the Federal Fire Service Department that's in Lagos, where the Badmus visited a few years ago. And we have more to come. Stay tuned.
In Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, it looks